Greetings, listener. Please enjoy the unintelligible ramblings of your favorite dynamic trio, Arva, Farah, and Westy, as they discuss VTuber design and philosophy. Welcome to The Unintelligibles.
Hi everyone, welcome in to the Unintelligibles. I'm Arva, your host this week, here with Westy and Farah.
What a cold
Hello.
start. Hi.
Just
I
like
figured you were already recording. I was gonna say, are you recording? But every time I ask that, it's a yes. So I just
I
decided
hit
that we're probably
record
recording.
once the first of you joins.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I figured we already started.
I guess I should stop saying so many like slurs while we're
Oh.
Well,
before the recording starts.
well, AFK knows all your sins now.
No.
It's true.
It's okay.
She gets
She's
the
full of
raw.
sin too.
That's true. You're not wrong.
True.
None of us are innocent here. Let's be real.
That's true. How are you guys doing? I'm gonna pull a little loop to
Wow.
Oh my
ask
god, we're
how's
almost like a
everyone doing. Oh my god.
podcast.
Oh my god. It's the end of the week. Oh my god. How are you guys doing? How are you guys holding up?
It's the beginning of the week, depending. on how
True.
you
Oh
guys are
right.
week.
By the time you guys hear this,
Yeah.
because we deliver it, we actually record this at like 11:59 p.m. and upload it at 12 a.m. Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the editing happens within seconds.
Yep. Like I said, AFK. Fucking speedy fingers.
Yeah. How's your end/beginning of the week, depending on what time of the 1 second you're on?
I am starting to get sick. Everyone else
Let's
No.
go.
around me has had it. My brother-in-law brought it back from his cruise. He was coughing like, oh man, the salt.
No.
And then we were like, I don't know if that's what salt like water does to you when you've been back in the States.
The salt.
Yeah, for fucking real. Like, he sounded like he was dying. He's like, oh man, I feel it in my throat. It's like, bro, that's not like salt. That's just illness. And then everyone else caught it. And I was like, okay, I'm the holdout. I'm going to like take care of myself. And I was trying my best. And then I woke up yesterday like, oh no. And I woke up today like, kill me.
Oh no.
But I took my medicine. I went for a little walk. I kind of cleared my sinuses out a bit. And I'm also totally surrounded by Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards in every direction.
The dream.
I'm trying to sell them all. Because
Also the dream.
Yeah, I realized I'm not going to use them anymore. And a lot of these are from like when I lived with one of my friends and he left them.
Oh.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't really play physical Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just going to get rid of these. And it's weird because the prices range from 25 cents to this one that's still sealed for like $500. And I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, thanks for the extra like 500. Well, more than 500 because that's like the baseline.
I'm going to try and sell it like the entire, literally everything for 2,000. Because
that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to
100%.
sit and organize. I'm just going to like spread them all out as best I can and be like, yo, 2K, you get everything. The original box, it's like a hard plastic playmat. Like, you get that. Just this one that's still totally sealed, mint condition, hasn't touched air. All yours. 2,000.
I think that's fair. I could not even imagine trying to sell cards individually either. I know some people do
It's
that,
not
but
worth
like,
it.
it's
Well,
not worth it.
Like the low value ones just won't sell.
Right, because who's gonna spend like 20 cents on a card that they can just get or
Yeah.
already probably have?
Unless you have like a holographic Charizard. Sell that thing into
Yes. Oh my god. I wish.
the
I have a
25.
Venusaur from the same time. I wish it fetched as much as the Charizard does.
I have OG I have two here. I have an OG first edition Kabuto, and then I have a Vulpix with a printing error.
Damn.
But their prices are all together probably like $50 for everything. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Still not bad though, when you really think about it.
Oh yeah, in the long run, not bad. Just trying to post these and sell it.
Yeah.
I'll be
How
the
about
back.
you, Farah?
I have no collector cards to
What a loser!
I have Pushins though, and some of them are worth like $800 sometimes.
Well, damn.
Okay.
Sometimes. How?
Sometimes.
Hang on, what is the current market for Pusheen?
It depends. Like, there's rare ones, and then there's common ones. So typically the common ones are about $30 Canadian. But there's lots of limited run Pushins and exclusives that are one time only. And then once they're gone, they're gone. And then the markup on them afterwards is like crazy.
Mm.
I do
There's
have a
this
few of those.
Yes, there's one that I
Okay.
really want, and I should have gotten it because I had the opportunity to get it when it came out. But I was trying to be like, no, I shouldn't buy any more Pushins. And then I was like, ugh, I want it. But when I went back to get it, it was sold out already. It was a Halloween one, and so it was one time run. They're never bringing it back again. And now it sells for $400.
Oh,
Are you
oh my
Googling a
god.
Halloween Pusheen here?
Bro, yeah. But I would have to. I don't know what my collection is worth. People have asked me that before, and I honestly have no idea. I don't pay attention very much to how much they're worth. I just like, oh, a Pusheen, and then I buy it.
Damn. That's cool. I wish. I used to have a really impressive Transformers collection, but I like traded it all in for more expensive, smaller collection of Transformers figures. But man, I kind of miss it. Some of the ones I had were expensive, but I didn't know because I was just a stupid kid. So I just traded them away, and I was like, okay, I'll get these ones because they're like pretty and shiny.
You fool.
Yeah, I went from like having 100 to like I think I have like 5 or 6 now. But they're all like a higher end rare model ish. So I guess it was a trade up, but I miss having quantity. I had so many. They're like fidget toys.
I that
Huh.
don't get back into it. I can't recommend. I as someone who is
won't.
addicted to collecting a thing, don't.
Yeah,
It will ruin you
I used to. Yeah, I
mentally
was
and
crazy. I
financially.
do that with Hot Wheels too. I have like 3 shoeboxes full of just Hot Wheels.
And it takes up a
It's
lot of space.
it takes up so much space. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I just like I'm attached to my Hot Wheels. I have so many now that I can't get rid of them. But
The
they're space hogs.
Are they all still like in box?
Some of them.
Oh.
Some of them are. Most of them I took out when I was a kid and just played with them. But now they're like wrapped up. This is so crazy. But as a kid, I was like, well, they don't have a box, so they might get chipped if I put them in the box together. So I wrapped them all individually in like a layer of like
That's so
safety wrap.
funny. Well, they're
Every
in
single
mint
one.
condition then.
Yeah, they're still protected technically.
Yeah, but without the OG box, that price drops by more than half. That's what I've
true.
learned.
Oh well. I'm a big believer in play with the toys you get
Yeah.
instead of like savoring them.
I was gonna say, because Adrian has so many fucking pops as I spin in my chair to look at boxes lined up.
Pops.
And she's trying to
That's
sell them off
so
now.
sad.
And she's like listing them on eBay, and she's selling a couple every now and then. And she gave like a big box to her cousin. There's pops everywhere.
Oh.
And this isn't even like half the collection. There's like 100 more. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
That's like my Hot Wheels. At least with Hot Wheels, they're smaller though. With Pops, they're
Mhm.
massive, but like
I
they're bulky.
Like I have 2 pops and both of them are gifts, so I'm like, cool, I'll keep these as for gifts. But I've never
Yeah.
like gone out and bought them. I have a Deadpool and I have a Cthulhu, and I'm like, thank you.
Oh, those are cool though.
Yeah, so I'm like, thank you. I took them and I was just like, yeah. But I've never had any like big collections like these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. 99% of these are from my friend who left them, and there's thousands.
Damn. Damn.
The Pokemon cards, I never really collect them. These are from my siblings who did, and I just kind of took them. Because they don't treat things well at all. Like, I put things in sleeves. They're all in sleeves.
Right.
And they would literally just have stacks of them just like thrown in the corner of a room.
No. Oh, my friend had that. I was like, please just like at least stack them.
Yeah, they weren't
At least
stacked. It
stack
was
them up.
they opened the pack, they didn't get what they want, they just dropped the cards like in the corner of the
No.
room, and there'd be a pile. I'm like, oh god. So
Give them to me.
yeah, I've never like had a collection myself. I've saved other collections.
Mm. I've had way too many collections because ADHD go burr and I have to jump between hobbies like constantly and collections. My new hyperfixation like yearly with a new hobby that I have to like collect things from.
I've never had
Yeah,
that.
I also collect like rocks and stones and stuff.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did rocks. I had Lego. I have a huge fucking tub of Lego, like so much. Hot Wheels, RC cars at one point, Transformers, random shit, textiles, like anything, and it's all the expensive shit.
Am I the weirdo? I just never had like an urge to collect things.
No, definitely not.
Like
Definitely not.
Sometimes I question my what is the opposite of neurodivergent?
Good question.
Neurotypical.
Yeah,
That's it.
Sometimes I question my neurotypicality. Am I actually?
Oh, I know I'm not. I am at least ADHD. I haven't gotten checked for anything else, but I know for sure it's at least that.
Because, like, I hear that and I'm just sitting here like, my whole life, if I have the process of, will I use this? If yes, then it goes on a list. Do I need this? If no, I can wait.
Okay, way to brag about it.
I was gonna say I skipped that part. Oops.
Yeah, and everyone else is just like, I bought this.
Ooh.
Yeah, everyone else is like, what do we say when we're, espresso depresso, add to cart? And I'm like, no, you just like, you pick up a book or something. I have so many, like, I just sit and read or like distract myself or I go watch videos. I don't like buy things.
I don't buy things. I don't have like, I don't buy things compulsively. I mean, like, I am financially stable, but
I'm not.
I do. But I do. Well, I live with my parents, so.
Lucky.
But I do have. I have when I see something that I really like, the urge is always there. I had a really big throne originally that I condensed quite significantly because I started getting stuff and I was like, why do I have this? I appreciate people buying me things, but where do I put it? What do I do with it?
My throne is
So
entirely suggestions now. Like, I have not added anything in there since the Switch. And everything else is like people just popping into like, hey, get this. I'm like, all right.
Honestly, most of the shit I get, I just don't know where to put. I feel that. I'll get something from Throne, I'm like, oh, it's so cute, yay. And then I get it, and I'm like, oh.
Now that I have this as a physical object, hold up.
What do I do with this? Yeah.
This is not just a picture online.
Oh.
That's why I feel like the best things to put on there are like games or clothing. Because those are things you're actually going to use. Or food, obviously.
I do a lot of food, like snacks. I just got a fucking like 32 pack of Buenos from Kinder, and it's been the best thing ever.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to fucking kill you because I had that on my throne and somebody got it for me. And the throne was like, no, we can't place your order. You've been refunded. And I was like, no. That's my favorite chocolate of all time, dude. That's my
Buenos
absolute favorite.
So
it was
good.
a huge box of them, and I was so excited to get it. I was so pumped. I was like,
I stole your Buenos
every day. Dude, I went on the Amazon website to look at the listing, and it was on there. Like, I could buy it at that very moment. I was like, Throne? What are you talking about? I'm looking at it. What do you mean you can't place the order? I was so mad.
Yeah, that happens a lot, though. Throne is kind of whack sometimes.
I wanted them.
I've almost finished it, and it's been like less than a week. They're so tasty.
They're so good. They're my favorite.
Delicious. Well, that was not the topic I want to talk about, but that was good. It leads into it, though. Financial stability. We're going to talk about VTubers today. Woo!
Oh, gross.
Specifically talking about if you weren't the current design you were, what would you be? Like different concepts or
Oh,
ideas
that's a
that you
good
like.
one.
And also a little bit about corporate VTubing, if we can get into that. If this other topic takes all the time, then that's fine. But like talking about corporate VTubing as in, have you ever thought about it? What's your take on it? Do you know anything about it? Blah, blah, blah. Just kind of normal questions. But I'm really curious about the whole, like, what would you be if you're not your current design? Because I love listening to people like talk about like, well, I don't know, I was thinking about doing this, and then you hear like some crazy fucking design. You're like, damn, bitch, you were cooking.
Let him cook.
Little cook. For me, I literally went from bubblegum pink to dog boy.
You fully rebranded, so you did
So I did it.
decide on something else, and you went, yeah, I don't want to be the same. But that, I mean, people do that all the time. Like, Ugly Son of a Bun did that recently. They're still a
Yeah.
rabbit, but originally they weren't a rabbit at all. They were like a Templar character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
They
remember.
were
Robotic
literally
Templar.
virtual Templar.
Yeah.
And I don't see. I know some people get their panties in a twist with like redesigns and redebuts, but like literally, I'm not a real person, so I can do whatever I want.
Right. Like, exactly. Like the person behind the model's still going to be the same. They're
Yeah,
not changing. It's just the aesthetics. They're just physically changing their appearance to, better align with themselves.
that's the best part about being a VTuber is that you get to look like whatever the fuck you want to look like.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's true.
I like being a bat. I just recently went through kind of not a redesign because I'm still the same character. It's just more of like a, I don't know. There's some
Refresh.
some things
Yeah.
got changed. Like I went from like brown and gray hair to just fully gray hair. And I had like the way that my wings are designed is different, but like overall I'm still the same character and I didn't change a whole bunch. But originally when I was thinking about becoming a VTuber, because I really, really wanted to be one way back in the day, like 2016, and I thought about it for a long time. But my original name on like everything, like my gamer tag on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, like everything. I won't say what it is because I
I was
don't
about to
want
be like,
anyone to know.
swarm.
I was waiting. I was like,
Um,
are we gonna get it?
No, because that's I feel like that's probably connected to old accounts, and I don't want that. I know
Fair.
it is because I still have access to those accounts. But it had Ghost in it, like Ghost was in it. I made it when I was like 12 years old, I think. And so I was originally gonna be a ghost. That was my plan, and I drew up a design. And funnily enough, the skirt with like the suspenders that I wear now was on that original design, and I liked that a lot, but I ended up going a
Ooh.
different route with Farah's design. But then I like went back and I was like, actually, I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with because I love the skirt with the suspenders.
It's
So
so cute.
I still have the OG drawing. I was gonna be a ghost. I was gonna have like a ball and chain attached to my ankle. Um, the drawing is
Ooh.
awful because I was fucking a terrible artist at the time. So I never look at it, but it's there. And then I was thinking, I wanted to, as stupid as this sound, I wanted to pick something that there weren't a lot of. I wanted to be like, oh, I don't want to be a cat girl because there's too many, which is silly. But it's silly. Just be whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I liked people who were part animal as well. So I was like, if I were a part animal, what would I be? And I was thinking about what my favorite animal is, and I didn't really have one. And then I remembered that I was like, I don't even remember how it came to my mind, but I was just trying to think of animals that I really liked. And I remembered doing a presentation. This is so randomly specific. I did a presentation in my first year of university. We had to pick an animal and do a presentation in our biology class and do like a comprehensive overview of their biology. And I picked a bat. And I don't know why I picked a bat. I thought they were cool. And I picked a bat and I was like, oh, I like bats a lot. So I started researching bats a bunch. and I was looking into all the different species of bats and what they looked like and where they were native to, whether or not they were endangered. Because I was like, I want to be a bat, but what bat do I want to be? And I didn't want to be a fruit bat because there are no fruit bats that are native to Canada.
Mm.
And I wanted to be Canadian still. Like, I wanted to be in a forest in Canada. So I couldn't be a fruit bat. There's also no vampire bats in Canada. So I was like, bog standard bug eating bat. And then I was choosing between a couple common species bats. I think it ended up being between the silver-haired bat and the little brown bat, which the little brown bat is the most common bat in North America. And I ended up picking the silver-haired bat because I liked the idea of having like gray in my hair as like an accent, which now my whole ass head is gray. But at the time I was like, oh, that could be fun to have like a highlight which is like gray at the top. um and yeah, I like my character a lot. I don't think I would ever change it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't apply to corporations, because there's
Mm.
very few that let you keep your IP. A lot of them have you start something new that they design, which is fine for other people, but for me, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I agree. That's
Yeah,
what keeps me. That's what keeps me away from being corporate. I want to because like it's tempting and like I don't know, it would be the dream, but I'm so attached to Arva now. The whole IP of Arva, everything about it, the whole persona, the designs, both the designs I've gone through, the community I've made, everything. I just couldn't. I couldn't just let it go and move on to like a different form that I have to like pretend to be someone else, kind of. You don't have to, but like you also can't really disclose you were someone in a previous life.
Yeah, that's true. They usually have that as like a stipulation in the contract as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
mean,
cut
I
all
think you can
ties.
tell people privately, but you can't like
Mm,
say on stream,
You
I used
can't
to
do
be
a
this
Twitter
VTuber.
post.
Yeah.
right. You can't be like, hey guys, I'm moving on to this. Come follow me and support me. You have to be like, all
I
right, guys,
mean,
I'm graduating. Try to find me.
there are lots of big VTubers that have done that. I think I mentioned it last time too, where they for whatever reason had to leave previous position,
Mm,
and then they end up getting hired on by a different company under a different character, but their personality and voice is still the same.
yes.
So it's like they usually, I don't think they care. I mean, don't bring it up in stream because that's just rude. That's not something that you bring up because they've
Right.
moved on from their past persona, right?
Hmm.
But it's like something where if people want to find you, they will.
They 100%. That's what
Yeah.
I've told people. I'm like, if I ever do graduate and it's like on really weird terms or something, and it's not an actual graduation, like you can kind of tell it's been rushed or something. And it's like the typical post that someone graduating, moving on to a corporate, they're like, oh, I'll see you again in another life, or like I'll see you again soon or something. They always say something alluding to the fact they're gonna come back.
Hmm.
And then they get found by their community. So I told people, I'm like, if you ever see that, just listen to my voice. I think I have a pretty recognizable voice. You should be able to find me if I'm ever in that spot, but I don't know. I don't think I could ever. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it because it would be nice to try once, but I put so much work into Arva, and I love being Arva. I don't know if I could just be someone else on the internet,
Yeah, and
especially
then
because I
you
probably have like a weeby name.
Yeah, be some
I'm the
fucking
whitest bitch ever. I can't know.
but then you
Yeah.
also don't know if you're gonna have the same support you will with a new community.
Right, that also. You don't know what community you're gonna get either, because there could be a different type of community too, even if you do get support.
Yeah, and so it might be one that you're just not vibing with. Like in your current community, yeah, you're having
Mhm.
fun, you're loving it, you love interacting with people. Then new community, it's like, man, everyone here is just like not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that's another fear I have. I'm like, what if it's like just the most dry, like boring people ever? No offense, but a lot of Idol fans are the most dry,
They're
fucking
also
boring
like the
people ever.
fattest coomers on the planet.
100%.
Which I know you've had to deal with lots of. I mean, you literally used to be an incubus, so that was like, and then
Oh,
you're
that was
like, oh my
rough.
god, this is too much.
Oh my god. Still happens sometimes, but not as much, surprisingly. I thought Dog Boy would actually enhance it because I was like, I want to be a dog boy. And then I thought about it. I was like, fuck, this actually might make things worse. This actually might increase it. But no, I think it's been a bit better. But yeah, no, with corporate, it's like a whole another level. People just like commission full on like porn of you
Mm-hmm.
constantly.
Yeah. I've had porn commissioned of me, but
You're
they asked
welcome.
me. Yeah. But they always ask me. They're like, "Is this something that I could get?" Like,
Right.
yeah. But
Mhm.
when you're big time, no, there's no asking for permission.
No,
They
they'll
just
just
do
do it.
it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've had the same. People have been like, "Hey, can I do this or can I draw this or commission this?" I'm like, "Yeah, go for it. Do it. Fine. Yeah, I would have done that myself. So thanks." That's
Thanks, I'll
something I
just
would
be
have
taking
done.
that.
But yeah, no, if you're big, you just get it. Surprise, there's you getting your guts rearranged on the timeline.
That's how you know you made
Surprise.
it. Or if
Right.
somebody writes like fan fiction of you.
Oh God.
Oh, that's true. Especially if it's a self-insert where it's like them.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are full like fan dojins of all of the big time VTubers. So it's like that's you've made it now.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
you've made it when like I don't know. It's always so crazy to be too because it's just the model. Like I know the personality is there and everything, but like the people get really attached to like how the model looks. And I'm like, I know you're a little delusional, but like I'm sorry to say that your Oshi does not look like this.
It's true.
Your
I feel
Oshi is
like
not actually a big titty clock goddess or the Grim Reaper.
you don't know. You don't know.
That's true. Maybe one of them is a big titty Grim Reaper.
I feel like face reveals used to be a big thing when first VTubers were sort of coming to be. Everybody wanted face reveal, and now I feel like nobody wants face
No.
reveal because they don't want to actually know what any of us look like.
After the dream face reveal too, and everyone's like,
Ew.
you guys can keep it to yourself.
Yeah, just kidding. I go back. Mulligan.
Mulligan.
Men in Black, you just do the memory eraser.
And I
Yeah.
mean, for a lot of people watching VTubers in particular, it's an escape. And so it's easier to
Mhm.
have that escape if what you're watching is like an anime or a cartoon. The second you put human behind it, you don't have the same escapism.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very
I
true.
do feel though that it also makes it harder to I mean, I say that I was going to say it's harder to have a personal connection, but obviously there's so many parasocial people, but
Oh,
like
God.
Yeah.
for a lot of people I feel like it's easier to bully a VTuber because you don't actually see them.
Yeah.
And then it's also easier to like if a VTuber's talking about like something bad that happened to them, maybe being less like this was what were we it was Silvervale, I think, and it was the Hogwarts legacy thing.
Mm.
And she was like crying on stream and getting upset and talking about this issue. But her model was just like smiling, staring forward
Oh,
directly
yeah,
at the
yeah.
camera. And
Mhm.
it's like, man, the disconnect is so strong.
It's crazy. It's true. I've seen that so many times where like the model's just like smiling and the person behind it's like distraught and crying. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
this doesn't
That's
feel
just
right.
yeah, just like cover it up. Just don't look at it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
just listen to the audio.
it's that disconnect that people you're looking for to kind of
Mhm.
escape themselves, or they find the target. Oh, you're upset. Oh, you're smiling. Haha, you really like the attention. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's true
bruh,
too,
I
yeah.
can't like just click a button. I guess I can. Most people can't just click a button and suddenly be sad.
It's true.
Like,
yeah.
like you have to understand that's a whole separate art thing you have to get done with more like what's the word? Rigging, and there's more things to it. You can't just most people can't just go straight to sad.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get sadness rigged. I can't be sad.
I mean,
get
yeah.
that expansion.
I'd say for a lot
It's
of people
true.
that is actually a thing.
My first model couldn't do anything, so it was always like smiling. Even when I was like super fucking mad at a video game, it was like the cheesiest little grin on his face. I hated it. People were like, "Why are you smiling?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm not after that one."
Motherfucker, I am a computer program. What do you want?
I'm a
Exactly.
drawing on the internet. I've had to tell people that before, where they'll like be like, "Oh my god," it's like their first time being in my stream or something. They're like, "I love you so much. You're so hot," and I'm like, "You do realize that I don't look like this." Like I'm a scrawny little pale twink in real
Nah, I
life.
met you in real life. You look exactly like your model.
No, do I? Okay, my titties aren't as fat though. Sadly,
You looked you actually pink in real life. It was really weird.
I was. Yeah, no fat titties, but I was pink. That was the
You were,
one
yeah.
line, and now that's why I rebranded to the dog boy because I'm like, I don't want to be pink anymore. I'm pink in real life, and I just want to escape it.
I want to escape. I can't do
I
it
want to
anymore.
escape the pink. That's crazy. Oh man, parasocialism. That's another thing I don't like with the corpo. The idol culture is so, and
Oh
it
my god!
overflows
Well,
into all
there
VTubing.
was
But
that crazy thing with like what was her name, Rushia or whatever,
Oh,
and like
yeah,
everybody was like speculating if she had a boyfriend, and people were like, "I'm gonna kill myself. How could you do this?" Because she was like the
my girl.
wife.
Yeah, she was
She
the
was
girlfriend
the wife,
experience.
yeah. So it's like all of her merch was like wedding and girlfriend themed, and then people were
Yeah,
like, "Oh my god, she might be dating this," which she wasn't even. She didn't even end up being in a relationship with that person, but
I know.
was
They
that
were.
whole
That
big
was
thing.
insane.
And it's like, bro, she's a fucking human being. She's allowed. And honestly, that's why I wouldn't, especially like being managed by a corporate company, you already have to go through hoops and get everything approved by your manager and all that stuff. But Japanese corporate
oh God.
companies are on a whole other level because they have way worse like copyright laws. You have to get permission to play
Mhm.
every single game from the game company that made it,
Mm-hmm.
which is so annoying.
Yeah.
And then idol culture in Japan and Korea too is just
Oh
so
God, yeah.
like
Oh.
ingrained in pop culture, and it's so toxic. It's just like it's so much worse going into a Japanese company, I feel like, than
Mhm.
like an American owned company. They still definitely both have their downsides, but I feel like you can't be yourself as much if you're in a Japanese owned company.
You like have to play a character.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah,
Yes.
all the JP branch. There's a few that are a little more natural, especially the more they stream, they get more comfortable and natural, but like a lot of them still just play to a character archetype
Well, not only do you have to
and
play the
people eat it up.
character, but the company will like reinforce you have to like be
Yes.
available and flirt with everybody, and that has to be
Yeah.
your image. Because
Mhm.
Yes,
again, the
yeah.
second someone's like, "Oh my god, they might actually have a partner," and everyone just immediately starts dropping you, throwing fits, like
Right.
not like
Yeah.
canceling
Which
merch
is
orders.
such like childish behavior. I can't believe that there are not even just like there's so many people that behave that way and will actually get genuinely upset if their fucking favorite idol is seen in the proximity of another man. It's like, bro, what
Yeah,
is
even like
wrong with you?
collabing. I
Oh my
like
god.
I
Oh,
peruse
the
the
crony
VTuber
one.
sections of like 4chan and Reddit just to see,
Oh
I'm
god,
curious.
you brave soul! Holy shit!
I'm just curious, and they hate when a filthy little pig man gets near their Oshi. Ooh, they hate it. Especially on the West Coast, which is surprising because I know it's really bad in Japan. Like they're just not really allowed. That's why Hollow Stars like failed in Japan. They're doing better now because the West Coast, the Westerners honestly saved it because they like male VTubers. But
Oh yeah.
overseas, it's more, female VTubers are their Oshis, their idols, their girlfriends. So they're very popular and they do not mix. No boy and girl interactions. If it is, it's usually not positive. Whereas the West Coast, or the Westerner audiences also don't like it, but the Western idol VTubers like don't give as much of a shit. Once again,
Yeah.
like they still do it. Like they will collab with the guys and they'll have a great time and they'll like make it very obvious they had a great time and everyone's like seething. They're like, ugh, my
Yeah.
girlfriend just hung out with a boy.
Well, it's
I
also because there's more
also-
lax corporate structure around
It
them
is,
over
yeah,
here.
100%. Yeah, like you guys were
Like
saying, over
you have
here
a
it's
Japanese
more
idol
lax.
do that, they're fucking gone next day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
I also hate when you collab with like I've had this like I like to collab. I mean, I feel like a lot of my collab mates are guys, but even so, I mean, I'm bi, so I swing both ways, and it's somebody like that you collab with a lot, And then people start being like, "Oh, do you guys like each other?" And it's like, "No,
Yes.
I just want to be like we're friends, dude. Fucking relax."
Literally. Oh my
You
god.
know,
I had to distance myself from a few people because of that.
I
At
went the
least
Hate that
opposite
shit.
route
publicly.
because I know I'm not dropping names, but I know you know who I'm talking about here. When I used to
Mm.
collab with somebody all the time, and everyone was just like, "Oh my god, what are you?" And then she's like, "Yeah, that's my husband," and we just kind of rolled with it. So every time it's like, "Wait, aren't you married to her?" And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever." And so every
That's
time,
so funny because
That's good.
I didn't know you were actually married like in real life because whenever you referred to your wife, I thought you were talking about that person. And I knew it was a
Same.
joke. I knew you guys weren't actually together. So whenever you referred to your wife, I thought you were just talking about them. And then when you were like,
Right.
"Oh, I'm moving in with my wife." I was like, "Oh, you guys are like moving in together?" And you were like, "No, my actual wife." And I was like, "You're married?"
I
What do
remember
you
that
mean?
because that was actually my because I had the old model. That's if you're on YouTube, you can see the PNG now. Big titty goth girl holding cat, and
Mm.
the cat and the girl were like inseparable. But when I got the new model, they got separated. So she got the girl model, and I got the cat model. I still use both
Yeah.
as a TTS for
Mm.
her, but yeah, when she actually started talking, and everyone just like, "Oh my god, is that so and so?" Like, no. "Oh my god, is that this person?" No. "Who is that?" And I'm like,
Well, I knew it wasn't your internet wife because I mean it sounded nothing like her.
yeah, I know, and everyone was freaking out and trying to like, and the whole time,
Who?
yeah, and the whole time like, "Oh, this is my wife over here." Like what? Like what?
I knew you at that point when Adrian talked for the first time. I knew that you had a wife, but I didn't know it was actually her that was speaking through Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
I
That
thought
was
Mm.
it was
fun
I had no idea. And then I was like, "Oh, I guess that makes sense."
because I also had the new big monster model
And
unveiled
then
too.
now I like how you just refer to your real wife as Adrian.
Yeah. Well,
You
because
just
it gets
become Adrian.
confusing. And
Right.
again, if you're on the internet, you kind of have a new personality. You have the new identity. As much as we're people, we as
It's
VTubers
true.
adopt kind of our characters, and then we have to play into it a little bit because
Mhm.
that's what people want, right? That's what people are looking for. If we're, you know, oh hey, this is my model, this is Westy, but then I start going by my actual name and everything, people are gonna be like, well, okay. They're not gonna be as into it.
Yeah.
I've seen people do it though, where they go like they have their screen name, but people will refer to them by their actual name as well.
It can
Yeah. Oh
work,
yeah.
but you have to be. I feel like you either have to have the right audience for that, or you
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
be. You
It
have to
has
like
to be
go from
really
the start.
casual.
Yeah, it has to go from the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
You can't just like. I don't think any of us at this point. We've been going what 2 years now minimum for each of us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't think we could just casually start doing that randomly now. That would be a little
No.
weird.
No. I kind of did when I first started out just because I doxed myself so much. It
That's
was
so
so
funny.
hard to adopt another name. So I just like would refer to myself interchangeably as both. And so early community members probably do actually know my name, which I honestly do not give a fuck about.
Yeah.
But like I just stick to Arva now, honestly. I even in real life sometimes refer to myself as Arva because I use it more than my real name at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I yeah, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say because same thing when I first started. I was streaming with somebody who she didn't stream a lot. Then she started streaming, but she could not call me by anything other than my name. I was like, all right, I guess that's what's happening here.
All right. Well, you
That's
guys know my name.
always the struggle because I have like my two IRL friends that are really close to me and they've both been on my stream at some point. And they also come into my chat too. And I'm like, you have to make sure because it's really easy to call me by my name because I'm the one who's speaking and you know it's me, but you can't do
Yeah.
it. You have
Mhm.
to. And they've both accidentally said it, but it's not been caught, thankfully. But they haven't they've both done it one. I think it's like you do it one time and then you're like, "Oh shit." And then they have never done it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to stream with my brother and my best friend at the time, and we just doxed all of each other all the time. I would dox them, and they would dox me, and then we'd all giggle about it, and then be like, "No one heard that. No one heard that." I doxed myself recently. Oh my god, it wasn't bad. It was my name again, but I was telling a story, and I literally haven't done this in like years. It was since I first started. I basically haven't said my name, and I said it, and no one I don't think caught it except for like a few regulars that I trust, and they were like, "Arva," and I was like, Shh, "You didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anything."
Do you
The
ever-
best thing to do is to not acknowledge it.
That's what I
because
did. I
That's
just
your
walked
best
over
bet.
it. I
Yes.
giggled a little, and then I just said Arva instead, and then I just moved on. And they said like they did like an eye emoji, and I was like, I know you heard that. I know you heard that.
Do you ever have an instance when you're like playing a game or whatever you're doing on stream and your real name gets like shouted in game and you have
Yes.
like a moment? You're like, what? Oh, wait, I mean,
Yes.
huh?
No, my name is very unique. It doesn't. I've never encountered it, but I did encounter a character that was named Farah, and it freaked me out because it never.
Oh,
I
there's a
was like,
character called Arva, and that freaked me out too. Yeah.
No one's called Westy. I'm safe, but my real name is super common, so it's in every single game, and I'm always like,
Oh,
every time I hear
I've
it,
never heard my name in anything ever.
I hear it all the goddamn time, and every time there's a moment where I'm like, okay, no.
it's so hard because I have a few friends that either have streamer mutuals who have my name as their name, or they're just
Yeah,
like a
or they
chatter that has my
they go
name.
by your name. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they'll say it, and I'm like, oh shit, I almost doxed myself. I
It's
almost gave it
also
away.
weird if your name is Jennifer and they're in their username is Jennifer and you have to refer to them as that, and it's kind of it feels so weird because it's like,
I've had
that's
that
my
once.
name.
Someone had my name and they came into my stream, and I was like, whoa, you're on wrong territory here, buddy. This is my
Get out.
name.
Get out. That's my name. You can't have it.
My name is also in a lot of video games, but not as a character. Usually as a resource. So when people are playing games, they'll be like, "Oh, so and so," and I'm like, "Oh, I thought you were talking about me." I was like, I thought you just doxed me."
Oh yes, here
No,
it
no,
is.
that's okay, no
Precious
fight.
metals.
Yeah,
my name's
Arva's-
actually
Arva's,
Titanium.
Yeah, his actual name is like Magnesium.
I go by Mag for short. Yeah, no, that's always a little crazy. And then yeah, I've had the Arva thing a few times where like other people or characters have the name Arva, and I'm like, whoa, that's
You can't
weird
do
because
that.
that one's unexpected. My name, like, I get it because it's a name and like someone's bound to have it. But Arva's like, I don't know.
The only time I've seen Farah, I know there's like a fighter character named Farah, which I didn't know about until after people were like, "Oh, are you named after this character?" And I was like, I have no idea who that is. But I was watching somebody play Hollow Knight, and there's a character named Farah in the game.
That
And
makes sense.
then they kept saying Farah, and I thought they were talking to me, but it was the character. And I was like, oh my gosh, those are the only two instances I think I've ever seen Farah in a game. Funnily enough, actually, found this out like a year after I started streaming. There is I don't remember if it's Marvel or DC. I think it's Marvel. There's a one of those Marvel character, and it is a bat. It's a giant man-eating bat named Farah.
Oh,
And I was like, are you
whoa.
for real? I had no idea. I was like, there's no way this is real. It is.
Wait, the odds of that is crazy.
I know. I was like, damn.
It is Marvel.
I
You need to
knew.
do a Farah cosplay now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dress up as I mean, it's a literal bat. It's a giant bat.
just get a bat model. You'll be Farah the Farah bat.
It's a
Exactly.
giant female man-eating bat.
Exactly.
It's true. That's crazy. I met someone once in a Valorant match who was called Arvin. And I lied and said Arva is my
Oh.
real name because he's like, "Hey, Arva, is your name Arva?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to say my real name in Valorant." So yeah. And he was like, "No way, my name's Arvin." And I was like, "Oh."
Oh my gosh,
Oh, shit.
It's like,
samesies.
wow, you probably
I was
shouldn't
like, yeah,
be
me
saying
too.
that out loud.
I was like, "Yeah, first of all, you're crazy for that too. This is not my real name. I'm so sorry I've lied to you." But I didn't tell him that. I just played along.
I mean, at that point, you kind of
Um,
have to, right?
I did. I was like, shit. Well, yeah, I guess my name's Arva now. That was the closest I've ever gotten to like real life experiencing Arva as a name. But I think there's one video game character coming out soon who's called Arva, but that's about it. Arva's a tool company, a Canadian tool company. That's red.
Really?
Really?
So
Are you
that's
right?
fitting.
Really? That's so funny.
Yeah, if you look up Arva on Google, it literally the first thing that pops up is Arva Canada.
Hold up.
I looked up Farah. It's from Mortal Kombat. It's a duo. They're called Farah
Ah,
and Tor. I am never heard of
Arva
them
equipment.
before.
You're right.
yeah. So one, I fucked myself over because now I'm not the only Canadian Arva, which means I'm hard to find on Google. But two, they're literally a fucking tool company. So
Arva.
unlike other things, they're not gonna go out of business.
Arva is also a public school in Arkansas.
Okay. Hey, I need to
Interesting.
go to Arva. I need to go there and speak. I'd be a public speaker saying
I
I'm also
can't
Arva.
say because my real name is the name of something. Like some company, some product. I'll be vague. I won't I'm not gonna be detailed at all. I'll be vague as possible. So
Mm.
when you look up just my first name, that is what comes up instead of and it's really funny because the actual thing that it is really funny. And when I found out that okay, it's relatively new, like in the last 15 years. Maybe last 10. So originally when I would Google my first name, there would be a couple people with my name. It's really not like my name is very unique.
Mm.
So there's only a couple other people that I could find. But when I saw this new thing that came out and it was my name, it was really funny and I just had to show everybody.
How often were you Googling your name, actually? What?
I don't do it very often, but you know, back in school when you were like bored and fucking
Oh, I did it all the
computer
time in
class,
school. Yeah.
you just Google your name.
When
If
I
you
was a
Google my first
wannabe
and last
influencer.
name, then you get me, obviously. But first name, no, not a chance.
You ever Google
I
your
looked up me,
VTuber
not they.
names with VTuber to see what pops up?
Me.
Yes.
There's only me.
I think there's only me for the most part.
It's only like my Twitch
Let's
and my
look.
YouTube
Okay.
and my Twitter.
I want to say when I Google Arva VTuber, Farah also pops up.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
They knew. Yeah,
Like-
see, I pop up a little bit.
I looked up Farah VTuber and the 6th result is sexy VTuber porn gifs. So
Here's what I got for
That's
Arva.
so funny. Oh my god, it's got both my
why is
designs.
my reference in their images?
You're taking all of the. You're like, I'm gonna also be in Arva's Google search.
Why is there so much
Okay.
porn of like? There's porn of like Corona in here, and I'm like, literally.
That's so good.
Oh, you know what? I think it's because it thinks I'm saying furry.
Oh, because I see a furry Twitch on Etsy.
Yes,
Etsy Ireland.
I'd see Ireland. Yes, the
I
first
see
3 results
Ireland.
are me, and the rest of them are not at all related to me at all.
Right. That's probably why then.
That's not even close, though. You know.
Very porn. Oh yeah, look, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
It's her Ferritor. Wow.
there she is.
There she is.
I like how in my image results, ugly son of a bun is in here. For some reason.
That's why I like Googling myself as a VTuber now, because it's cool to see like who else pops up in your search results.
Yeah. I did one time Lucia looked up because sometimes he'll look up on 4chan like VTuber names. And he said it popped up there twice. And one of them was like an auto-generated like who's live right now, and the other one was somebody just like listing 10 VTubers, and they were like, I found these VTubers and I like them, and I was like,
Right.
That's good.
Right. No, I've been mentioned twice too, and it's so terrifying. 3 times now. Oh my god, I got a recent one, and I was like, they're being good, but like I'm still scared because 4chan is surprised.
Oh,
shocked,
God.
not very supportive of gay people. So I'm very scared to be posted on there. I was posted on there once because I was visiting my friends who were very big on 4chan. So they were like spreading the word. They're like, oh my god, they're hanging out with this person and this person. But don't worry, one of them is really gay, so it's fine. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna steal your Oshi, don't worry. And then 2 other times where like one was someone just posting my link in like a smaller Chuba thread, and then one was a generated one where they just took a screenshot of all people they followed, I think. And I was there, and I was like, oh, don't look at me.
I just choose not to go look
Don't
because
look
it's
at me.
in my mind it's better not to know good or bad.
Probably for the best.
Because I do this for fun, right? I don't want to
Yeah.
like have my fun ruined by somebody who's, oh, my fun comes from ruining this person. It's like, oh, go get laid.
That's impossible. That's
You
why they're
want
there.
you
Oh,
want
go
somebody
have a
who
meeting with
watches
your
a
right hand
VTuber?
again.
It's true.
Westy, would you be anything other than what you are? Like, would you be anything other than
Yeah.
Eldritch Cat?
You know, that was actually a question when I first started. Because when I first started streaming, if anyone is super OG out there, I started like actually sitting down and streaming with a face cam.
Yes.
Mm.
And the reason I was like, oh, VTuber is probably the way to go for me is because, as funny as this sounds, I did not like making myself presentable, and I do not like wearing clothes when I stream because it's very
Oh no,
uncomfortable.
so
Dude,
fucking
I feel that so
understandable.
hard.
Holy shit.
Yes. And so you can't just like pop in and have no pants on, no shirt on when you're streaming. Like that's just not
Mm.
really kosher for Twitch, depending on certain factors. But when I was first, getting down to it, I was looking, and the very first thought I had was, I wonder if it's possible to have like a double model, kind of like what my OG was, of having like
Mm.
two characters in there. Because as weird as it sounds, like in the most normal way possible, that's always been kind of me. I've had like this weird, everyone says I'm like two different people depending on who I'm talking to,
Mm.
or depending on what the situation is. Because I go from like really bubbly, I turn my brain off, I'm really stupid, just to kind of have fun. But then when the situation's serious, you're like, you are like the scariest fucking person I have ever met. And it's because one time, I've been open about it because my old living situation is bad. I was being harassed by a crackhead, and one time he like broke in and attacked me in my kitchen, and I picked him up with like, I actually grabbed his throat and his crotch, and I carried him out, and I threw him into the street, and he hit the
Damn, you
road.
carried him by his penis?
I did. I gripped his nuts as hard as I could, and I gripped his throat.
You gripped him by both heads.
I did. And I threw him into the street as hard as I could, and he hit the pavement hard enough to chip a tooth and roll clear across the street. And everyone was like, we thought he was going to die. Like, we thought you were just going to go kill him right there. And so I was
honestly
always looking
valid.
for that, and I kind of looked for more of a Norse-themed one.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, yeah, that could kind of work there, because I could have some fun toggles. But then I looked around and I realized I had 12 cats at the time. Like, I'm clearly the cat man. I'm going to be honest with y'all. But I was going to I didn't want to do a cat boy, though. I wanted to do just a standard cat. But I didn't want to just do a cat. So I was like, I wonder if I could have like a little herd of cats. And like, I can push a button and toggle which one's talking.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so you
That'd
have
be
like
really fun.
4 or 5 cats, but then I had the thought of, I'm just going to end up like those one fucking cartoon characters from Kids Next Door, the weird little kids from down the lane. I didn't want to do that. I thought it would be cool because they could have like, black cat, orange cat, calico cat.
Yeah, one of each time. You could also make it like a redeem or something. Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah,
but understandable to not go with that direction.
Yeah, and then when I started messaging my model maker, I was like, hey, can we like do this? And then after she was like, okay, so you want the cat to be the one in charge? I'm like, yes. That's just how it went. And then of course, model update. The Eldritch always was gonna stay there because I absolutely love Eldritch anything. If it's like unknown, cosmic, otherworldly horror, I am in like max bet everything. I love it. And then of course it went from that to being separated to one of my newer models is a giant Eldritch monster with a split jaw and tentacles everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, of course you'd say that.
But yeah, that's so cool. I love that.
I did like the multiple cat ideas, but at the end of the day, I was like it would be cool, but it also would have, like I said, had that
very
one vibe.
Involved.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I would have to be on top of like, I didn't have a stream deck at the time either. I didn't know this thing existed. And so I was like, I would have to have so many fucking toggles just to swap the cats around.
Yeah. Then it's harder also to hold someone to like a character too.
Yes.
Because they don't, which cat do they associate with you or with you?
Yeah.
You with, sorry, Jesus, dyslexia. It'd be like, oh, it's a different cat every day. It'd be cooler as like a side asset thing or like a redeem, so you could switch into like a cat pile.
Yeah, and then I
Mm.
actually had the thought of like, depending on what game I'm playing, I could be one of the different cats. Like maybe one cat plays horror
Yeah.
games and one cat plays the action games and one cat is just chatting.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
And then I can make the joke of like, this cat has the brain cell Jane, have the others kind of looking a little derpy off on the side. But in
That's
the
so
end,
good.
it just didn't stick.
Valid. Yeah, it would have been too much,
Yeah.
especially early on too. Hell yeah. Surprisingly, I've always wanted to be a moth boy on top of being now a demon and a hellhound.
I love the moth VTubers are so pretty. It's such a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
That's why. It's because moths are so fucking pretty. Butterflies or moths. I'm a moth fan over butterfly fan.
Me
but
too, me too. I like they're so fuzzy.
they're so fuzzy. They're so good for designs because they're really colorful, a lot of them, and they have like crazy patterns and shit. And they're fuzzy, so they give you a lot to work with designing a VTuber. And I've designed it before, like Moth Boys, that I would rebrand it to, but I think Hellhound fits me better. Maybe on an alt account or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was gonna say just have something to play with, maybe like a little redeemable toggle.
Yeah. Like, oh, he's a moth. There's the moth ate the dog boy, and he's now a moth, or something. I could be vor related. People love
No,
vor.
don't think that you want to do that. I think that would be a mistake.
It's always cool. I love hearing about like people's plans or original plans for VTubing.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
like
so broad.
I like also like hearing what people's thought processes when they became a VTuber. Like, why did you want to be? First of all, why did you want to be a VTuber, and also why did you pick this particular design? I mean, it can be really simple, like, oh, I love dog, so I am dog, which is
Yeah.
totally fair.
Mhm.
Which is basically that's what I did. I was just like, I really like bats, so I'm gonna be a bat.
I
But
really
some
like
people have
cats.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lots of people have super complex lore and stuff for their characters.
Oh, 100%.
Oh god,
I
yeah.
don't, but
I don't, but I have
Lots of
so much
people
respect for
do.
anyone who does.
I know someone who
I
like
am-
wrote like fucking novel-sized backstory for their lore from like when their character was born to where they are now, and I'm like, yo, like, goddamn.
Right, like that's so impressive. I could never. Also, I just couldn't stick to it. I just didn't give myself like a lore because honestly, that I break lore constantly. So I'm like, you guys can come up with whatever, as
Yeah.
long as it makes me look good.
I just imagine somebody showing up to like D&D and you do the little thing before you start where you're like, what are you guys' backstories? And somebody whips out like a
a
play
book the size of
script.
like a
Can
Bible.
I-
Yeah, and you're like,
Um,
Jesus Christ.
May I
You're like, "Oh my
introduce you
God."
to the story of Old Man Henderson?
We're gonna start at our birth. No, I couldn't do that. But it's impressive. That's the cool thing again about VTubing is like you can literally make yourself a full fucking character. Like a whole character, a whole backstory. You could literally even roleplay as a character. There's some people that roleplay
Oh yeah.
in VTubing, which is I couldn't do that. I'm one
I
bad
would
at
break
roleplaying, two, I
character
would break
all the
character
time.
too much.
Can I say I do
But
really
so much
love
respect.
when it's like the character's D&D or Pathfinder character that they just translated up?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love that so much because then they get to like bring their character fully to life.
Yeah, like
They've gone from being in a game where they're still alive and they've brought it to life in the game, but now they get to fully like puppet their character, become the character.
yeah, because
It's really cool.
as a DM for the last probably 11, 12 years, God, keep adding years onto that. There are a lot of people who get there's people who are like, you lost this character, like, oh well, I have 12 more. Or you get the one
Right.
person who's like, I poured every creative ounce I had in my body into this character, and I will not let them die.
See, I just only ever make one, and if I have to make another one, it's a lot of effort, so I will be very upset if my character dies.
I try to make my characters either as interesting as they can or as funny, depending on who, like, because I never get to play them. So I have to try to make them either funny or interesting so the players will be like, all right, hey, let's go talk to, old Captain Barnabas Jones over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would go for the funny route too, probably. I'd be the type of person that probably would get too attached to their character, but I would also have 12 others. So I'd be like, I'd cry over them for like the day, and then I'd be like, okay, next character. Next character to get attached to. Yeah. I told people from the bat, I was like, sorry if you're expecting like a full like VTuber experience here. You probably won't get it.
No. I've had
I
people
use a
ask me
model
what my
because I just
lore is, and I'm like,
right.
oh.
I don't know. I had a bit with Arva, the demon, but with Dog Boy, I really don't have any. I'm just like, I'm just a dog. I'm just a dog boy. That's it.
I'm
That's,
just
that's
like,
all I got.
I'm just trying to live, bro. Leave me alone.
Right. You guys, I always tell people, I'm like, you guys can come up with like headcanon lore if you want to go for it. Like, I don't mind, but there's not going to be actual lore here. I'm just a streamer that happens to not want to show his face on the internet for personal reasons. And also, just like Westy said, I don't want to get all prettied up for stream.
No, no,
And
yeah.
also, I stream with no clothes on most of the time. So I also don't want to put clothes on to stream.
That's the way
You
to
have
go.
to actually put effort in face camming because you have
Right.
like my lighting in my room, absolute dog shit. Like it would look fucking terrible. I would have to buy equipment to make it look nice, and then like I'm a girl, so maybe now I have to wear makeup or whatever for
Yeah.
face cam streams. It's like fuck that. No.
Yeah. Also, my room would have to be clean, which it should be anyways, but
Yes.
like it's not always clean. I'm not
You
gonna
can
lie.
the way that my camera is pointed, if I ever put my camera on, you can see my bras hanging up in the background. So
I think mine's angled just in a way that everything's out of frame. But if I move it 1 inch, you'll see everything. You'll see the secrets unfold. Because I do hand cams sometimes, but I don't wear pants. Like I will just do hand cams in full underwear, but I will wear a shirt that like covers it. And then people will see it, be like, Arva, are you not wearing pants? I'm like, why the fuck would I wear
No.
pants? You guys know I'm not wearing pants. That's why I'm a VTuber.
That's what we're here for. Being
Right.
naked on stream.
You guys don't even know it. Hell yeah. Well, I
What were
think
your
that was about
words?
it. My words were VTuber because I wanted to see how many times people would say VTuber, which was
Oh god.
a fair amount. Drama, I was gonna see because I was bringing up corporate, so I thought that maybe we could get into the drama. Not everyone talks about drama, so that was a 3-pointer. Actually, I made it 3 points because it would have been like a heavier hitter. And then the final word, I didn't think anyone would say this, but I was hoping that maybe someone would bring it up. It was Baka.
Oh god,
that was
no.
for 5 points.
Not the
I was like,
Baka.
maybe there's an off chance that someone might reference like redeems or like trends in VTubing or something like that. So I was like, maybe. So I'll make this one worth a lot.
Well, the main problem is that trends in VTubing last for like a week, and then it's new.
Yes.
I can't do any of the art trends because it takes me so long to draw that by the time I get started, it's over. Everybody's
Same.
already moved on.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta live
the
on
same.
internet time. If you take longer than 7 days, you're not part of that one.
Yeah, it's too late. I was
Even
gonna
if you
do
had a
the whole
commission, like
Right?
yes. I was gonna do the whole like, are you fair as type like bingo thing, and I was gonna make a meme out of it, and then it was too late. It moved on. I
Yeah.
was like, never mind.
That's why I just don't hop on the trends anymore because I just can't keep up. It sounds like a fucking boomer thing to say, but I literally just can't keep up. They move on too fast.
They really fucking do.
The internet has a short attention span.
They do, especially
Unless you do
VTubers.
something stupid, then they will remember forever.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
right. Oh, yeah. They'll remember for years and years.
Anything fun though? No,
That's
that lasts
true.
1 week. We are locusts. We are digital locusts who devour any entertainment. Once we suck the serotonin out, we leave that corpse and move along to the next one.
It's so true. You'll do like a massive celebration stream, and then someone will be there, and they'll come back the next week and be like, "Oh, so what did you do last week or something?" Or I don't know. Do you have anything big last week? And you're like, you were there.
Yeah, you
You were literally
participated.
there.
I forget my own shit.
I do
my
too, to be
chat
fair.
will remind me of my stuff, and I'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like, what did I forget what I'm saying a lot. I'll be like, I'll speak, and then like a second later, I'll be like, what were we talking about? Someone's like, really? I'm like, I don't know, bitch. Once it's out of my mouth, it's gone.
That was me on my 24-hour stream. I like was in and out. I was having a conversation and I didn't know what words were coming out of my mouth. And I would snap into reality and be like, what did I just say? And then it would be gone again. It was
Those are
the weirdest
insane.
experience because it was like I felt not in my own body. Because I was responding to text that I didn't remember what it said, and then I was saying stuff I didn't know what I was saying.
I've been there once before on stream, and it was not even a long stream or anything. It was just Power Wash Sim, and I was talking, and all of a sudden I like zoned in, and I was like, I kept talking somehow and managing the conversation, but I didn't know what I was talking about. And I like transitioned in smoothly, and I think some people noticed because they're like, Arva, are you okay? And I was like, I'm gonna be real. I don't know what the fuck we were just talking about. I just like dissociated. I just left the plane.
Happens.
It happens very often.
It happens very often. In real life, it happens more, but it's only happened on stream a few times where I'm like, whoa, maybe I should go to sleep. Maybe I should do something else.
Put the sleeper demon. Quit.
Right, someone do it. I need to sleep. I need help. Actually, it was close this time too for who won. It was 1 point difference.
Oh.
And the winner is Farah.
Damn.
Farah
Let's
won.
go. That was
She
a good
said
drum
VTuber
roll.
one more time than Westy did.
Damn it.
I think I talked more, so that's probably why.
Yeah,
A
that's
little
fair.
bit.
Shit. Now I have to think of something for next week.
Now you have to work.
Shit.
Any winner speech? You have to work as a winner speech.
Yeah, this sucks. Can I forfeit?
Can I pass on the victory?
Well, we'll see if it's another talkie one or if I will use unused prompts from the last one that I've done. I don't know. We'll see. Find out next week on another episode. No, I'm.
That silence at the end, just like,
I was waiting for you to say the unintelligibles or something or pass it on.
Yeah, but then if we did that, it would have to end there, and then.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay, we're just edging.
Yeah,
Right.
and then if it ended there, we wouldn't be able to do the Westy, you have a loser speech, and then you can find us at twitch.tv. Yeah, and then so I was like, I had to stop myself, and
oh my
I
god,
was
we're
like, I
meta.
can't. Yeah.
damn, so meta.
Westy, loser speech.
I just want to say a big thank you and congratulations to everyone. This is episode 20.
Yo,
Wow.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Holy
For a
shit.
second, when you were saying that, it sounded like you were gonna say 200, and I was like, no, it's fucking not.
You're fucking lying.
You're a liar.
It's
20.
20. We have been doing this for almost half a year now.
What?
Oh my god.
No way. What the
2
heck?
more months, it'll be half a year.
That's true though.
That's crazy.
I just
Actually, not even a full 2 months.
a
a little
Someone
over a
told me
month and a half.
recently that
What
it's
the
like
heck?
6 months until 2024, and I was like, "Don't you say that, you filthy pig!"
I hate to break it to you. The older you get, the faster time moves. So.
I know
It's true.
zooming.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's zooming.
But
Congrats on 20, everyone. That's crazy.
Woo!
That's putting
We
you
are
into like a
20 years
spiral.
old.
AFK, I need like party sounds. I need streamers going up in the video. You gotta put hats on all of us. You know those little, those noisemakers. You know, you just kind of spin and they do like the really obnoxious sound.
Yeah.
You're making her put in the
Make some balloons drop down. It has to bounce off of Farah's face.
My hair's gonna get staticky.
Oh, and confetti everywhere.
Right.
If you're on Spotify, fuck sucks, dude.
If you're on
Just imagine it.
Spotify,
Close your eyes. Yeah.
hang on, no. If you're on Spotify, tell everyone you know to listen, because if we get a certain amount of views, we can add video to Spotify.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Spotify has
Watch
video.
Spotify. Listen.
Yeah, so I think it's actually
Wait, it
like
does?
yes. If you have, I think it was
Whoa.
either 200 or 500 average views, you can have a video on your Spotify. So if you find
we
like a
gotta
super
be
popular,
close. What are we at? Like 4?
hang on, I can actually tell us right now.
It's like halfway.
Right.
On average, we get about 100 a month.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That's more than I thought.
So we'll get there.
The
We've only been doing this for half a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or close to 100 a month. I think it's like at 97. Because I know
Nice.
2 or 3 of these are me, because I always
people
listen
actually listen to
to
this?
the episode when we upload it just to make sure. But yeah, the majority of it comes from like the first couple days it's out, and then it just kind of drops off to the next one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But
That's
hey,
usually what happens.
but hey,
That's so cool, though.
we're doing good,
Yeah. What the heck? That was closer than I thought we're gonna be.
right? And thank you so much, everyone. I think it's like 500 to 1,000 actually, because I looked at it again. Like,
Oh.
ooh, we aren't as close as
Never
I
mind.
thought. But
Never
hey,
mind.
Mulligan.
that's
It's
still
okay. We're still doing good, though.
Yeah, say
Yeah.
that's
No, it's
still
only
like
been
100
half a year.
right for 100 views, like a month. That ain't bad.
No, that's good. Thanks for listening. and
Sponsor us,
watching,
me
guys.
undies. That's my
Please, please, please.
Please send me free underwear, please.
free underwear, free pajama pants, some free socks. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Well,
You
this is
can
the
find
part where
us.
now I've been scripted. Oh, now I'm a scripted.
You can find us
Bitch.
on Twitch TV.
I'm Arva. You can find me on at Arva at twitch.tv/Arva and Arva_69 on Twitter. Westy HCC on all platforms. He is the only one of us to have been unified like that, and I'm so jealous. And Farah Silvertail, Farah the Bat on Twitch. And then Farah Silvertail on Twitter. I did it the wrong order. Threw
I
me
like
off.
how you were just like Mulligan. We're gonna start again.
Oops, yeah, I just had to rewind. I want Arva on Twitter so bad, but there's some bitch who's in like Berlin or something who's been here since 2008 and he's still active. Ugh.
Like, hey, bro, I need
could
you
be
to do me a
fair
favor.
the bat, but I just want to make it hard for you, I guess.
Could make it nice and easy, but you know, fuck that.
That's okay. It's a little mental gymnastics every time. It's good for the brain.
Yeah, I gotta keep you on your toes.
Exactly. Thanks for listening this week, guys. We'll see you again next week.
What are we gonna talk about?
Bye-bye.
I don't know.
Oh,
She'll
we'll
figure it out when I hit record. Bye.
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 Next time on the unintelligible.
We just have a dramatic ending every time now.
Hell yeah.